Hi everyone, hope you're all doing fine. Happy to get connected with you all through this video lecture. Be safe wherever you are. Today, for this short lecturing session, we'll be discussing on team building. We'll be learning on what is the team, what are the different types of team, what is the group, what are the different types of group, is there any difference between a team and a group, and how can we build an effective team or the stages of team building. These are the things that we are going to discuss today. Let's see it one by one. So, what is a group? A group is a collection of individuals working in face-to-face relationship to share information or resources and fulfill a task. For example, a teacher and a group of students, a commander and a group of soldiers. Okay, so what is there any different types of groups? Yes, there is. And what is the team actually? Team is similar to a group, but in team you have a group of people who work for a common purpose. In other term, an organization who has a team of members who would like to work for fulfilling a particular task. First, let's discuss something more on group and then we'll be moving back to team. So, what are the different types of groups? There are two different types of groups basically. One is formal and another is informal. There are two types of formal groups again. One is command groups and another is task group. What is this command group? It is a group determined by the connections between individuals who are formal part of the organization. In other terms, they are formally a part of organization and who has the ability or the authority to give orders. Say for example, an organization or a manufacturing industry who has various departments functioning at different levels. At every department there are group of people working, and you can see a group of people who has a supervisor. Normally this team will be listening to their supervisor's command and work accordingly. Okay, so this is a command. Normally these people work based on commands. So command groups, basically there is a group of people who really rely on the commands or the orders and function accordingly. Whereas again, task group is a formal group which is further divided into standing committees and ad hoc groups. What is the standing committee? It is again composed of individuals with special interest or expertise who has a common expertise who will be able to share their knowledge on a particular field for the fulfillment of a particular purpose or task. This group, normally a standing committee, is a long-term group, or an organization may have standing committee who has the ability to share a common expertise who come together to make standing orders. Whereas at the same time you have task group who are temporary. In other terms, who work on based on a command or based on the need, who works for a short period of time. In other terms, they are called as task force. Hope you have understood what are the two types of formal groups. One is command group and task group. The task group is further divided into standing committee and ad hoc committees or task groups. An ad hoc committee is a temporary group of people who are working for a short period of time to fulfill the task, whereas standing committee is a long-term committee who are connected to the organization to make decisions in time of needs and who share their common expertise. Moving back to the next group is the informal group. Again, informal group is divided into two types. One is interest groups and another is friendship groups. What is this interest groups? Groups that develop naturally out of their own interest. For example, clubs, football club, or people who have who have a common kind of likeness towards something, form together as a team and form an informal group. like we do have many clubs and activities, right? Those are all called as informal groups who club together based on their likes and interest. And these groups are formed voluntarily. It's not based on certain conditions, but they form their own groups voluntarily. A group of cricket players who come together in order to play cricket every day in the evening, it's an interest group. Whereas friendship groups is a very informal kind of group where friends come together for a birthday party, or friends come together to watch a movie and so on. Hope now you can put together what is a group and what are the different types of group. Just to make it repeat, types of groups basically is divided into formal and informal. Formal group is further divided into command group versus task group, and task group again is divided into standing committee as well as ad hoc committee. Whereas informal group divided into again two interest groups and friendship groups. Now moving to team. What is a team? A team, is there a difference between a team and a group? Yes, little bit of there is a difference between a team and a group. A team is a small number of people with complementary skills who are committed to a common purpose, performance goals, and approach for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. In other terms, team is also a group of people who work together, but the difference is they work for a common purpose. They work for one common goal. And the speciality is the members of a team, each and every one of them are accountable. Okay, that is the major difference. Let me make it more clear by discussing the characteristics of a team. A team is comprises of a group of people who are linked with a common purpose, as I told you. What is the difference is in a team, normally it is restricted, it is small in numbers. In more clear terms, I can tell you a group is divided into different teams. Okay, so a team may have 5 to 10. It's in a smaller group and clubbed together in order to fulfill a common purpose or fulfill a particular specified task. So normally it is 5 to 10 people. It is small in nature and they have complementary skills. What does this complementary skills mean? Appropriate balance or mix of skills. Maybe a team might have, all the team members in the team may not be equally competent. Some might be good in that but weak in certain areas, but some might be. So when we put all these people together, it is balancing of this group of people in order to form a perfect team which will fulfill the task. Okay, so it should have an appropriate balance of mix of skills and triads. Okay, so and the third important characteristics is commitment to a common purpose and performance goals. Now they are integral part of the common vision. They are integral part of a common purpose which they are expected to do. In other terms, think about a big group who has divided groups into different teams. This group may have a common purpose or a common goal, and this team is, they are part of, integral part of this big goal or this big vision which is to be fulfilled. And the fourth characteristics is commitment to a common approach. Team members must agree on who will do a particular job or develop. They should have an ability to develop a common approach. What role to be played by whom? Who has to take up those responsibilities? That kind of approach should be shared among the team members. And finally, they are mutually accountable. As I told you earlier, every members in the team are responsible for fulfilling their task. Even if one member fails, that will have impact over the team's performance. That will have in the long run, that will have impact over the organization as well. At its core, team accountability is about the sincere promises that they make with each other, that is among themselves and to the organization, based on commitment and trust. So these are all the characteristics